Pokemon Legends ZA, home to wild zones all throughout Lumiose City, which contain a wide variety of different Pokemon. So in order to truly appreciate the diversity of each wild zone, I'm going to hunt for a shiny in each one of them. Naturally, by starting with Wild Zone 1, one of the more tamer zones in the game, being home to classic Route 1 birds, bugs and rodents. But it's also home to Mareep and Pichu, which I wouldn't mind shining because it's one of the few places you can actually get them. The way we'll be hunting is simple. I'll fly to the route and then run through it, letting all the Pokemon spawn and having a chance to shine. Then, I'll fly back to the route and reset all the spawns. So without further ado, let's begin. And there's our first shiny. I'm pretty happy with it, honestly, just thankful it isn't a fletchling. I mean, come on, it's just hard not to love like an all-white shiny. But now, it's time to move on to Wild Zone 2. Wild Zone 2 is home to common water-type Pokemon like Magikarp and Staryu, along with some other Pokemon like Budew. What I'm hoping for the most, though, is the shiny Alpha Magikarp, which is a static spawn in this area. Well, I got a Magikarp, not an Alpha, but beggars can't be choosers, and this was really quick, so I'm pretty happy about this whole thing. So I guess we're moving on to Wild Zone 3. Everybody who's played this game knows how easy it is to hunt for shinies in Wild Zone 3. So to mix it up, I'm going to be using the bench method because it'll allow me to get Pikachus and Espers and Flabébés, which are the only shinies that I haven't gotten in Wild Zone 3 yet. And there we go, a shiny Flabébé. This is super cool, like I said, one of the Pokemon that I needed in this area. I was hoping for Esper, but you know, I can always get that in a different area if I get lucky. So now it's time for a Wild Zone I'm pretty excited for. Wild Zone 4. In Wild Zone 4, I'm hoping to find a shiny Spinarak because there's an alpha spawn of it. Ghastly would be cool as well, but I probably won't evolve it. And the others I already have shinies for, or I'm just not interested in. And here's shiny Gengar. Pretty cool, I'm pretty happy with it since I really like Mega Gengar shiny. Though I really wanted that Alpha shiny Spinarak. But we just gotta move on to Wild Zone 5. Overall, I think Wild Zone 5 is pretty underwhelming. It doesn't really have many Pokemon that interest me except for Venipede, which I absolutely adore. But apart from that, it really doesn't have anything too special. That's why I'm hoping to get the shiny Alpha Whirlipede, because it's really the only thing I'm interested in. I'm pretty happy about this. Yeah, it wasn't the alpha that I wanted, but this just means that I'm one Pokemon away from getting the entire line in shiny form. It's also like probably my third favourite bug type in the entire game, so I really can't complain. Now it's time for an equally mediocre route, Route 6. There's not much I'm interested in Wild Zone 6, except for maybe the Alpha Houndoom, the Beneries, and the Binacles, but all the rest of it really isn't a bother to me. We got another shiny Magikarp! Pretty disappointing, but at least that completes the line. But, not what I wanted. Really. So, yeah, nothing to do but move to Wild Zone 7. Route 7 is by far my least favourite zone in the game. It just has no Pokemon that I'm interested in. Like, Shiny Ordino would be cool, I guess. I've never gotten one of those before. Shiny Chopper isn't the worst thing that I could have gotten. I'm a pretty big fan of Banette, and at least it's a Mega, so yeah, I can't complain too much. And at least now, we get to go to one of my favourite Wild Zones, Wild Zone 9. One of, if not my favourite Wild Zone in the entire game. I have used every single one of these Pokemon at least once or twice throughout an entire playthrough in various games, and they've got a special place in my heart. Out of all of them here though, I'd want a shiny Numel or the Alpha Camerupt, but I think the one I want the most is probably Gible, though it's pretty rare, so I don't really expect to get it. Alpha Shiny Machop, first alpha of the video. This is so cool. Not what I wanted, but I really can't complain. All I can do is move on to Wild Zone 9. Wild Zone 9 has a couple of Pokemon that I'm actually interested in, like Marwile and Carbink. And the Alpha Manectric is really cool when it's shiny, so there's a lot of Pokemon that I'd actually really want in this zone. I didn't know what Carbink Shiny looked like until I saw it just now, and I really like it. The blue and the black, it just works so well together. I like Carbink a lot more. But now, we gotta move on to Wild Zone 10. Wild Zone 10 has a lot of Pokemon that I'm interested in. The only one that I'm really not looking forward to is maybe getting a Watchog, but they're on the rooftops, so I probably won't go up there. Really, I would be okay with anything except for shiny Gyarados and shiny Inkay, just because I already have 3 shiny Magikarps and 2 shiny Inkays, so literally anything except for those will be perfect. This is so sick. I honestly thought I was gonna get like a Stun Fisk or something like that, but the Static Alpha Chloritza, it's just too cool, man. Now let's move on over to Wild Zone 12. Route 12 is pretty much where every ice type in the base game spawns, and I'd honestly be happy with everything here, except for Gogoat. I pray that I do not get a Gogoat. I'm really happy with this. I think Vanilla actually has a pretty good shiny. I like the pink and the purple. But yeah, that's it. Just now it's on to Route 13. I really like Wild Zone 13. It's full of a bunch of cool bug-type Pokemon like Scyther, Pinsir, Heracross, and I like Trevenant as well, so there really isn't a Pokemon that I wouldn't be happy with getting in this Wild Zone. Shiny Scyther is probably the best thing I could have gotten out of Wild Zone 13, because I just love the entire line so much. Even Cleavor, which I don't think got like the highest reception, but yeah. Time for another Wild Zone that I really like. I think Wild Zone 14 is going to be a pretty good one. I like pretty much every Pokemon in this Wild Zone, so I really can't complain no matter what I get. Maybe except for Onix, but I really like Steelix, so it's still an upside. Even if I did get an Aron and a Lairon as well, that's just another Pokemon in the Aggron line, so I really can't complain about that either. Second alpha of the video, and it's a shiny Emolga. This is so sick, man. I really like Emolga. It was like one of the Pokemon that I wanted to use in Black and White, but then I remembered that Electros existed, so I had to go with that instead. But I might use it in Black and White too, though, when I start my first playthrough of that. There's nothing else to do except for to move on to Wild Zone 15. In Wild Zone 15, the only Pokemon I've never gotten a shiny of is Pumpkaboo and Gourgeist, so I'm really hoping that they shine the most, especially the Alpha Gourgeist, because I really like purple. It's like my favorite color. This is exactly what I wanted. I absolutely adore the purple that they used for shiny Pumpkaboo. It's just immaculate. And purple is my favorite color, like I said, so I really am happy about this. And I just gotta move on to Wild Zone 16, where I'm hoping to get a Froakie. Route 16 has a lot of cool Pokemon in it, but I'm really not too bothered about them. Like I said, the main things I'm looking for are the Froakie, and I'd also really like the Alpha Ampharos, because I think it's just a nice shiny in general. I'm kind of shocked at how quick this was. This took like 10 minutes, maybe, at like maximum. But like, that's like shocking. I like Meditite. I've never like really used one, but I don't think it's a bad Pokemon. I think it's pretty cool. I think the game just wanted me to get onto the torture of Wild Zone 17 really quickly. Wild Zone 17 kinda sucks. It's full of Pyro that are really annoying to deal with, which is why I'm not even going to count them. If I see a shiny Pyro, I'm just going to ignore it and not count it towards the challenge at all. Really can't complain about a shiny Skarmory. I think it's like the hardest thing to get in Wild Zone 17 except for shiny Chespin, so that's really cool. But I just got 3 more left. Only 3 more until I'm done, so let's just get on to Wild Zone 18. There are a lot of cool Pokemon inside of Route 18, but I think the main thing I'm looking for is a shiny Fennekin. Everything else I'd just be kind of okay with. There's not much to say. I'm pretty happy that I got one of the static alphas. I would have preferred Salamence, but Lopunny is cool. And yeah, it's just time to move on to Wild Zone 19. Wild Zone 19 has a lot of Pokemon that I really like, such as Kangaskhan, Drampa. I like Furfrou Shiny a lot as well, so that'd be pretty cool. A lot of Pokemon in Wild Zone 19 I'm a big fan of, so whatever I get I'll be pretty happy with. Black and white shinies are always so cool, and Furfrou is no different. I really like it. I'm happy that I got this one out of all of them. Kangaskhan would have been cool, but Furfrou is just really pretty. I hope Wild Zone 20 gives me a really cool Pokemon. Wild Zone 20 has a lot of cool Pokemon, but I'm going to focus on the alphas in the center and try to get a shiny of those. Without a doubt in my mind, this is one of the coolest shinies that I own now. I love Chandelure so much. It's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. This is just so sick. And with that, that's the end of the video. That's all 20 Pokemon, one from each Wild Zone. Here they all are, and these are my 6 favorites out of all of them. I'm really happy. This took a lot of time, but I'm really happy that I stuck with it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.